All right, guys. So it must be Groundhog Day or something, because we are reliving the same mistakes over and over and over. We keep doing the same thing over and over. All right. And now it's going to get even worse. All right. They are doubling down. They are going to make this mistake even bigger than before. All right. Because what we've seen now is just kind of like a test, kind of see like, what would happen on a smaller scale, but now we are going to see it on the big one, and it's going to get real, guys. All right. So if you haven't heard the news, they are going to put sanctions on China. All right. United States officials are officially saying that sanctions for China are on the table preemptively for Taiwan. All right. So before, it was like something happened and then sanctions went on. I guess it was preemptive too, but it wasn't as bad until something happened. But this is going to be preemptive before anything happens to Taiwan. US officials are going to slap sanctions on China, all right? And we've seen how devastating the impact of what's happening right now, all right? Energy prices have skyrocketed. Liquid natural gas prices have skyrocketed. Electricity prices have skyrocketed. I made a video the other day. Electricity companies are emailing customers saying, in Florida, saying we're raising the price from $102 per kilowatt hour to $169 per kilowatt hour. I had multiple comments saying we live in New England and the power has gone from $150 a month. We don't even have AC, and now it's like $300 to $400 a month. It's that sporadic too. The gap's that wide too, and they don't even know what to expect for their next energy bill. All right. So this is already happening here. Blackouts in California, rolling blackouts, thermostats being taken control of in Denver, Colorado. They're taking control of them and taking over during a heat emergency, so you can't turn your thermostat down to cool your house. All right. This is happening all over the place, but now it's going to be even worse. All right. So with these sanctions on China, this is going to affect everything. It's going to be every single good that we buy and touch. Not every single thing, but most of it comes from China. Some kind of part came from China. Even if things are assembled here, a lot of it comes from China. All right. So what are we going to do if they put sanctions on China? What are we going to do if all the goods essentially have a tariff on them? All right. And this is on purpose. All right. They put these other sanctions on purpose as well. All right. They were completely on purpose. They knew what they would do. They knew what the repercussions of them were, and they put them on anyways. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking out what's going on around me. Situational awareness. You should always know what's happening around you, even if you're recording a video for YouTube, right? So situational awareness. I like to know everything that's going on around me. Be, just like looking around, just glancing, seeing what's around me at all times. All right. It's part of being prepared. It's part of being aware. It's part of being just an awake human, a conscious human that's aware of their surroundings. But I'm getting off track. All right. This is going to affect everything. And the thing that they are targeting with these sanctions specifically is the chips, the microchips. Okay. They're going to sanction them from China. So this is very serious. And they're also going to try to keep China out of the loop of Taiwan's chips that they are producing. So this could start a global sanctions war, a global trade war that could totally devastate our economy. China has us by the you-know-what. All right, they have us. And every single thing has a chip in it now. Your car has a chip in it. Your phone has a chip in it. Your debit card has a chip in it. That chip in it is literally a microchip that is read by a computer. When you put it in there, it's like putting in your phone chip or something. It's like putting in your SD card or whatever, your SIM card or whatever for your your freaking debit card. All right, this affects everything. Every aspect of our life has been digitized, so they can surveil us, keep the surveillance grid on top of us. They literally built it on top of us voluntarily with phones and with cell phone towers and with 5G. This surveillance has been built on top of us, okay? And now we are completely vulnerable to China and their supply chain, right? It's like this with the energy grid as well. We are trying to go solar. We are trying to do all these new technologies, all this green stuff, and it's completely dependent on China, all right? And I think solar could work in certain situations and like off-grid situations, stuff like that, for tiny homes, whatever, things like that. I think solar could be cool. It could work. But these solar panels also come from China, right? And their inverters and their hardware and their software all requires chips to operate, okay? Every little thing, we don't think about it. All the cars are so digitized now. I changed the oil on my truck last week, and it was such a you know what compared to doing it on my 2001 GMC. All right, so it was such a you know what, and I don't even drive that thing. That thing's just sitting in a lot. But I'm just saying, I used to do all the work on that. I've replaced the water pump on that. I've replaced the alternator on that. I've replaced a ton of things. Had to take the whole engine apart for the water pump. But on these new engines, they're so much harder to work on, right? Because everything's digitized. Everything is electronic now, all right? So it's a much bigger vulnerability for the supply chain, for these sanctions, all right? So this is on purpose. We know this. We know that there's an agenda. Why would we implement more sanctions on top of all this stuff, all right? Why don't we just make our own chips? Why are we so invested in Taiwan, this little island a million miles away, right outside of China? Why do we have to be so invested in this island? Why can't we just invest our own money and make our own chips? We're America. We should just make everything, all right? We should make everything here. Why don't we just make everything? Make all the chips, make all the cars, make all the factories, make all the phones, make it all. Why isn't all just here made in America? All right? Because that's not what they want, because we would be powerful. We would be on top. And China's been allowed to steal our technology and our intellectual property for decades now and build their own whole infrastructure, their whole economy off of our backs, essentially. All right? So let me know what you guys think. Let's get some chip factories going in America. What the heck's going on? Why is this little island in Taiwan that's the size of whatever Maine or something, or Vermont, this little tiny whatever, maybe it's even smaller than that, it might be like a Rhode Island thing, like really small. Why are they dominating the global chip market? All right, let's just take some land and somewhere in rural America and build a chip factory there. All right, let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get these ideas out. Let's get real ideas out that are actually going to save America, not putting more sanctions on China and starting a trade war with China when we're already being devastated right now economically and from these other sanctions. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys, should we build a chip factory? Would you work there? It'd probably pay pretty good. All right, these chips aren't everything. They're expensive. You know, probably pay pretty good. Let's do it. And it'd be American made, all right? And we'd be able to trust it too. There wouldn't be backdoors and all this stuff like the Huawei technology that we've all bought into. And then it all had backdoors into Chinese government access, all right? So it's also a national security vulnerability to have all these things developed in a foreign nation as well. All right, so I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching, and you have a big old blessed day.